Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I am Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Nigeria marks Democracy Day today, marking 18 years since its return from military rule. National Emergency Management Agency NEMA evacuates refugees from Cameroon. And Imo State government commissions more primary schools in Imo State. Starting off with the celebration of Democracy Day, which Nigeria is marking. Now, it's a public holiday to commemorate the restoration of democracy in the country. May the 29th was set aside by the federal government as Democracy Day after Chief Olusegun Obasanjo took office as the newly elected president of the country in the year 1999, ending multiple decades of military rule that began in 1966 and then interrupted only by a brief period of democracy from the year 1979 to 1983. The process of ending the era of military administration started back in 1998 with a promise from the then head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, to transmit power to a democratically elected government. Accordingly, a new constitution was adopted on May the 5th of 1999, marking the beginning of the Fourth Republic. The end of military rule also brought about a new era of regular elections, culminating in 3 democratic transitions and for the first time a change of power from a ruling party, the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, to the opposition All Progressives Congress, APC, in 2015. Meanwhile, the acting president has already given an assurance that the federal government is resolved to do everything necessary to bring succor to Nigerians in the face of the current economic challenges. In a speech to mark the 2 years of the present administration under President Muhammadu Buhari, the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, acknowledged the pains that Nigerians are going through at this moment in time, especially as a result of the recession. He also listed the major milestones already attained by the current administration, including the successful containment of the Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria's northeast.
Let me first express just how concerned we have been since this administration took office about the impact of the economic recession on our citizens. Through no fault of theirs, some companies shut down their operation. Others downsized, people lost jobs, and had to endure rising food prices. In some states, civil servants worked months on end without the guarantee of a salary, even as rents and school fees and other expenses continued to show up like clockwork. We have been extremely mindful of the many sacrifices that you've had to make over the last few years. And for this reason, this administration's work on the economic front has been targeted at a combination of short-term interventions to cushion the pain, as well as medium to long-term efforts aimed at rebuilding an economy that is no longer helplessly dependent on the price of crude oil. Those short-term interventions include putting together a series of bailout packages for our state governments to enable them bridge their salary shortfalls, an issue that the President has consistently expressed his concerns about. We also began the hard work of laying out a framework for our social intervention program, the most ambitious in the history of the country. One of the first tasks of the Cabinet and Economic Management team was to put together a strategic implementation plan for the 2016 budget, targeting initiatives that would create speedy yet lasting impact on the lives of Nigerians.
Nigeria's acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Now, some Nigerian refugees who recently returned from Cameroon have been moved from the Mubi IDP camp in Adamawa State to their home state of Borno in northeast Nigeria. The 270 refugees, mostly women and children, caught up in the Boko Haram attacks in Cameroon in 2014, but managed to escape. Most are returning with the help of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, following reports of harsh treatment by the Cameroonian security agencies.
This is a transit camp for internally displaced persons and refugees returning from Nigeria's West African neighbor, the Republic of Cameroon. After a month of living here, the refugees are being profiled by the security operatives as they prepare for the last lap of their long journey from the Minawao camp in Cameroon. The final destination is Gamboru, a market town in Ngala local government area of Borno State, northeast Nigeria. These buses will convey them to Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, after which the state government is expected to take over.
This camp serves as a transit camp. Even now, we have those that arrived recently from Minawao, Republic of Cameroon. So we cannot say that this camp is closed, since we have Nigerians returning, some on their own, to why this serves as a point of reception. When we receive them, we profile them, the security check them, then we prepare for their onward movement to their state of origin.
In the last 2 months, 500 Nigerians are reported to have left Cameroon to Nigeria without formal communication from the Cameroonian government. Some of the returnees narrate their experiences.
When we lived off Minawao camp, we reached the border, and when we enter border, when we see the flag of our flag, Nigerian flag, we are very happy.
We feel ourselves in a bad condition there, even in terms of health, food, water, shelter, and others. We are suffering there.
NEMA is working with the Nigerian army to provide security for the journey. Meanwhile, thousands of Nigerians remain stranded in Cameroon, longing for their homes, which are just across the border.
Now, the Bakassi internally displaced persons are now receiving attention from government agencies. The African Nation Development Program has donated relief materials to the returnees to help shield them from the rain and mosquito bites as the rain gradually sets in. They are also promising to begin the building project of 5,000 housing units earlier promised in the shortest possible time.
For over 4 years, the St. Mark's Nursery and Primary School, Akpabuyo, has been the abode for over 3,000 Bakassi displaced victims. They've been subjected to all kinds of inhuman conditions, with leaking roof over their heads, a place not conducive for living. The returnees have continually looked forward to when luck will finally come their way. Their cries appear to have been heard as a delegation from the African Nations Development Program are in Akpabuyo community to put smiles on their faces. They brought clothes, shoes, mosquito nets, raincoats for the IDPs. A gesture they claim will be continuous until they move to a better place.
We have brought this for now to cover them from the rain and the mosquitoes and enable them to go to their farm for their daily activities. We are still coming back again for the takeoff of the project of 5,000 housing units down there in Ekont Ekpai, Bakassi here.
The relief materials may not have come at a better time, but the IDPs are asking for more.
This gift will help us to continue with our school.
We need the food stock and others relief material, books and send their drugs for health, for medical care.
The state government had promised the displaced persons of Bakassi better life, better accommodation before the expiration of its administration. The returnees are patiently waiting and looking forward to the realization of this dream.
We go on this break now, and when we return, the Imo State Government commissions more schools promising free education for the students. Join us again.